Okay, hi everybody. I'm at my storage, and I have been redoing the van because the friend I was staying with and I had a little bit of a disagreement. Sometimes when you stay with people, that happens. So for the sake of the friendship, I decided to leave, and it was like a last-minute, quick decision. I thought I was going to have a few days, but things kind of were going to turn ugly if I didn't leave last night. So I left last night, and I came over here to my storage to this is my storage, this top one up here. So as you can see, it's not huge. I got the top one because it gives me extra room up here, whereas the guy below me only has this much room. So I do have a little bit more space, but it's completely jam-packed now. There are some things that need to go to work and some things that need to be donated to the shelter or somewhere that helps, people. I'm not going to do Salvation Army or Goodwill because you never know how much percentage of that stuff is going to actually help people and how much is going into the president and CEO's pockets. So I'm going to give it directly to a homeless shelter or a women's shelter or something like that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just wanted to show you the setup that I'm working with right now. So this is the front of the car, van rather. I have a van now. I have to get used to saying van. This blanket here is a 12-volt blanket that I've had for years because the SUV I had, the GMC Jimmy, when I got it in 2010, the heat didn't work, and I got it in the winter of 2010. And I had to ride around with no heat for 2 winters, and this was the only thing I could use was this 12-volt blanket wrapped around my legs. Luckily, my commute to work was only 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm not a big traveler, so I would just go to the grocery store or whatever, stuff like that was 10 minutes away. But anyway, it was still a rough 2 years with no heat. But then we got it fixed, so, or could afford to get it fixed, rather. So this is what the front looks like when I'm stealth parking, which is always, I always stealth park. I don't have BLM land or anything like that or free campsites because I am working a full-time job in the area that I've always lived in, and so I have to stealth park at churches or libraries or on the street or wherever I can find parking. So this is what the front looks like when I'm not all stealth mode. That's all you can see. My windows are blacked up, so that's all you can see. I have not been able to buy the reflectics for these windows because the reflectics that I had in the SUV don't fit these windows. These windows are much bigger, so I just got rid of it. Haven't bought any more. What I did do, however, if you can see, it's showing a little bit. I have to re-tape. But I just went to the Dollar Tree. Excuse my dry-looking, yucky hands. I've broken so many nails last night. I got to the Dollar Tree, and I got some 5 or 6 poster boards, black poster boards, and I just duct taped them up to the windows. So it's perfectly fine. They got a little damp because it's raining and it's moist, but I'll just duct tape them back up again. And I'm going to do that until I can get the right coverings that I want. The material I want to cover with and the reflectics. So I was completely fine last night. It wasn't super, super cold, but I was fine. So, alright, so here's the setup. So, when you get in, this is the sliding door of the van. I wish my sliding door was on the driver's side, but it's an old van, and that's how they made them on the passenger side and not both sides. So this shelf I've had forever and ever and ever. It's three shelves. As you can see down here, it's covered. But I just got bins. I've decided that my car color bins from Dollar Tree are going to be orange and yellow. They're nice and bright and cheery. So that's the colors I'm going to go for. So I'm switching from red and blue to orange and yellow now. So I've got bins. Everything is zip tied to something and anchored. You can't see a lot of them, but I drilled holes here to zip tie the baskets to the shelf. And everything's pretty tight. Nothing's going. I've been all over the place. Nothing's going. Zip tied. Again, drilled holes. Zip tied this basket through the holes. Okay. Same thing here. And everything is pretty random right now. I'm still figuring out where I want stuff to be because, again, it was a last-minute decision. If you're wondering what this is a, I'm going so off topic here. This is a t-shirt scarf that I made. Excuse me, I only have one hand here. I don't have a stand or anything. This is a t-shirt scarf The school I work at I have an after school club called the DIY Club. And a couple of years ago, we made a ton of these t-shirt scarves. And so this was one of the ones that I kept. It's the only one I have left. And this bin has all my scarves. I like scarves because I use them not only around my neck, but in the wintertime, sometimes when I don't want to do my hair, I tie my hair up into a pretty scarf and rock a scarf. So this is all the scarves that I've kept. Got rid of so many, but these are all the scarves I kept. And these little tchotchkes from the Dollar Tree, I love them. They're not super grip tight, but for little jobs, they work just fine. They're not going to hold anything up that's heavy. No, that just fell off. But like for putting my curtains over to the side, they work perfectly. Okay. And I'm using them also up here. Let me show you what I did. First, let me take the towel down. So this is what I did. So this is my cooler is here. Okay, so I do have my cooler. There's really not any food in it. I usually eat at work, like I've always said. I have a small styrofoam cooler that I got from 7-Eleven. It has my water jug. It's just one of those tea jugs, completely super cleaned out, and then it's got water in it. But I put it in that little styrofoam cooler hoping it doesn't freeze too much. This is a bin that I got at Goodwill. I think it's a trash can, but I'm not sure. But I'm using it for a dirty clothes bin, so that's that. That's just what I'm using it for. So these are my shoes that I mostly wear every day up here. They need to be cleaned, but this is my little trash can and bucket. It can double as an emergency toilet if I've got to throw up or poop or something. Also can this. If I put a bag in this, I can poop or vomit in this if I absolutely have to. This is one of those long bins. I had it in the house at my friend's house. It's got pretty much all my clothes in it. I use baskets and cardboard boxes for dividers, just like I did in this mesh laundry hamper type thing. As you can see, I've got Amazon box that I cut to use as a divider. Same thing here to use as a divider, because this is sweatshirts, hoodies. These are they're sweaters, but they're like the long dusters, like you put over top of a shirt. It's open, but it's long. It kind of dresses some things up. And these are regular, just regular sweaters. So, but yeah. And so, this brown thing here in the background is a headboard. I think it's a double size. Maybe it's a twin. No, it's probably a twin. Someone, when I was at my friend's, had thrown it out. Nothing was wrong with it. Didn't have any other parts with it. It was just the headboard. So I took it. Now I've bungeed and zip tied it to every single item I could find against this window that it would hook to. And then I took these white bins, which are stacking bins that form a 3-cart shelf with wheels on the bottom. Well, I took the 3 bins, unstacked them, and then zip tied them to the headboard, and that's all my food storage. This one is the fullest. Mostly breakfast food, because I eat lunch at work every day. And I can live on oatmeal, so this is a lot of oatmeal in there. So, random stuff. That's my sugar, my natural sugar, because I like tea and oatmeal. I can live on that. Anyway, bought this at Home Depot about a week or so ago. My plan was for this, was I was going to take all the sweatshirts and sweaters that are in here and put them in here. But I didn't realize the holes are so gaping big in between that everything falls out. So I'm going to get a piece of mesh material to put on here, and so nothing falls out. So I just want to be able to reach up in here and grab a sweater or a hoodie or something, and then that will give me a spot right here for some of these little things that need to be on top, like my toiletries kit, my purse, and my black duffel that I take to the gym to put my clean clothes in there to go into the gym when I shower. I would like those 3 things to go here and have the top of this as kind of like a nightstand type thing. So anyway, but this, if you look back on some of my old videos when I had the SUV, I had a lot of these in the SUV that I had gotten from Home Depot. They are closet mate things that when people get the length they want cut, they just have these extras laying around, and so I asked them for several of them, and I had a bunch of them. at one point, but then they didn't work in the SUV. It took up too much room. But I saved this one little piece. Something told me, just save that one little piece. And I did, and I'm glad I did. Because now I'm using this, which is zip tied, cable tied to the top of the bin, and to the, also it's cable tied to the headboard. I'm using this to lay my towel across after I've showered to dry. So, because I really have nowhere to hang a towel. I mean, the SUV was tight, but the minivan is, yes, it's more room, but it's still not as much room as if I had a cargo van or a full-size van. So, but that's neither here nor there. So, what I do is I just throw the towel, and my towel that I shower with is like a beach towel, because I wanted something big and comfy, and so I just throw the towel up there like that. And it could be up there without the little stand, because obviously it hangs over here. But anyway, I might even at some point, if I figure out a different situation for drying the towel, and maybe I'll put the towel up here to dry at night or something. I don't know. But I might be able to zip tie some baskets or containers up here instead and use that as extra storage, and maybe get rid of this rack. I'm considering getting rid of this rack so I have more leg room when I'm sleeping. So that might be a solution. If I can go back and get another one of these short ones, or just a long one to go across the whole thing, then I might just take all these orange baskets that I have and zip tie them across the top here and be done with it. And then maybe instead of putting sweatshirts and stuff here, I'll just put the towel across here at night and let it dry. We'll see. It's still a work in progress because, again, I wasn't supposed to be back in the van until March, so I'm still feeling some things out. And as far as my bed goes, because that's the ever important thing, we all have to have a good bed. I slept super well last night. I only woke up, I think, twice. A little bit like, where am I? Oh yeah, I'm in the car, no big deal. So, but my bed is the best I've had yet. Is a futon mattress that I got on Craigslist for $5. So it's at least 3 inches, maybe more. And it's really, really thick. So I have a twin sheet on top of that. Then, remember, my coworker and friend had given me, in the summer, 2 goose down feather comforters. One was a winter weight and one was a summer weight. So this is the winter weight one. And I've taken and put in my sleeping bag in between the winter weight, fold it in half because it's a full or a queen, I'm not sure. And I put my sleeping bag in the middle. So I've got some down under me and I've got some down over me when I'm in the sleeping bag. Then, this is the other down comforter that she gave me, which was a twin. And I went on Amazon and I got a cheap $10 double-sided duvet cover twin, and put the twin down comforter inside the duvet cover, and have folded it in half as well, because it's not as much room as a twin bed would be. So I folded it widthways in half and put that on top of me. So I've got the summer weight, the winter weight, and my sleeping bag. I was toasty warm last night. Toasty. Let me show you around the inside this way. I was so freaking toasty warm last night. It was ridiculous. But I was super, 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 super toasty warm. As you can see, there is futon mattress covered up with a sheet, comforter folded in half, sleeping bag, top of the comforter in half, and the other comforter, and then my pillow. My pillow is in a black pillowcase. For all my natural sisters, you know this is my satin pillowcase. So if I don't put my satin scarf on, at least I'm covered with pillowcase. Now, under this last rack that's attached to the headboard, underneath it is my tools. That's my tool bag, the green tool bag, and random stuff that I've got to go through because I don't think I need all that. This is just a hand towel that I keep. You never know when you're going to need to grab a towel for some reason or another. Now, I found these mesh. It was 2 of them. There's one here, which doesn't really have anything in it except for some plastic bags and my little lantern. Last night I put my cell phone in there and my glasses, and then I put my tablet on the, slid this over and put my tablet here and watch Netflix. But, so this one's full of all cleaning stuff. So I've got my laundry stuff. I've got some regular cleaner like spick and span type stuff. I've got Lysol wipes, I've got dish detergent, just random little cleaning stuff. And then on the side here, even further mushed, is one of those shoe bags that I have a couple of pair of shoes that I don't really wear very often. And all my shoes are black. It's just easier. Of course, I used to have nice colorful shoes at one point, but when you're doing this, everything just needs to be quick, grab, match. There it is. My tool bag sits sorry. My tool bag sits on top of this crate, which has random stuff. It has a leveler, which I never use. It's got a 12-volt vacuum hand vac. It's got some windshield wiper fluid and some antifreeze. And then my tool bag has all my tools in it. And then the piece to the resistance under the shoes is my bungee cord collection and my zip tie collection. These are my favorite things. I will never be without these again. I love them. Bungees, cords, and zip ties. More so the zip ties than the bungee cords are my most favorite thing in the world. Zip ties, or cable ties as they're technically called, are so awesome. But anyway, here's an overall shot. It will change and morph. It always does. I know you who are van dwellers or vehicle dwellers know we never, ever have one setup. As you can see, when I'm here, I plug into the shore power, charge my phone and my tablet while I'm in my storage right there. Why not, right? Alright guys, I am heading off with a friend to hang out, and I will update you as life goes in the winter in the van. Still hoping to find someone who will let me park in their garage for a little bit, at least through March, with my indoor-outdoor extension cord, so that I can at least charge my things and have a small, very small personal heater, because they have them on Amazon for less than 20 bucks. An electric heater. Not quite ready to do the Mr. Buddy just yet, I don't think. I want to just get through this winter without it if I can, and then be prepared for next winter with a setup that allows for the placement of one, because really there's nowhere in this van to put one. And I'm not sure if next year I might have a cargo van, so, and I don't have any room in the storage. So big fat if I find a Mr. Buddy heater super cheap, then I will buy it and find room in my storage to store it. I probably will not use it this winter though, for sure, if I can avoid it. But we'll see. I will keep you updated. Keep checking back here. Please like, please subscribe, and please check out my Facebook page, The Nomadic Natural.